Hi, dear friends. I am so excited to come to you for my first video blog. And so I'm just going to try this out and see if it works better and it's more entertaining than the text blogs that I typically put out. So let's jump right in. And so today I wanted to talk to you about checking in on your intention. So if you're anything like me, you set a intention at the beginning of 2018, which I definitely did, and my intention was all about acceptance. And so just like when you're going and you start your yoga practice and the teacher asks you to set an intention, or you are the teacher and you ask your students to set an intention, and oftentimes throughout that practice, throughout that session, you will, if you are the teacher, you will remind your students to check in on that intention and to remember. And if you're the student, then you are being reminded to remember that intention. And just like you do that in a 45 or 1 hour yoga session, I challenge you to start thinking about your intention 6 months into the year if you set your intention in January. But you could have set an intention last week, but it's still good to check in on it and just see how you're doing. So for me, I'll give you a little bit about me and thinking. So acceptance, and that really went not just with my work life, but also my home life and personal life too. Working on acceptance was something that I really wanted to focus on this year. And I am nowhere near perfect, but I can say that it has been such a great experience for me because I'm so much more mindful of accepting whatever is going on. And so, for instance, with stuff with work, I'm running a business, and so I am a huge fan of testing many things, and I like to tell my clients and whoever will listen that I'll test 10 things and only one will work. And so oftentimes from the outside looking in, I share some examples of my work and of something that worked out really well for me, but I want you to know that there's 9 other ones that didn't work. And so learning how to not only accept the amazing feeling when something works, but also the kind of defeated feeling when something didn't. And so I attribute a lot of my success with being more accepting of these things to the people that surround me, because I declared my intention to everyone on social media and definitely to my friends. And so I actually share an office with 2 of my biz besties, and they catch me and they'll say, "Amanda, you told yourself you were going to accept things." And so every time that they have been able to remind me to do that, it's helped me get past whatever happened. And so when I say get past, let's say, something didn't work out. I tried something on social media or whatever the case may be, and it didn't work the way I thought. And maybe it had a little bit of success to it, but maybe I didn't hit my goal or whatever the case may be. But there's always a learning lesson. And so when I say I'm accepting that something didn't work, I'm also accepting the lesson that I learned. So that's worked out really well. In my personal life, it's been a really challenging year in some of the aspects of my personal life, and I just attribute any bit of acceptance that I've been able to allow myself to my husband, because he is really good about reminding me of my intention in a loving way. Because as you can imagine, that would be very frustrating to be reminded that you're supposed to be accepting of something when something's not going right. But he has a great way of bringing it up when I need to hear it. And so when something isn't going the way that I think it should, then he has a great way of reminding me of that intention. And so all of this to say, I want you to check in on your intention. And so I have some questions for you to really think about where your intention is and where you are in terms of making progress. And the first thing I want you to do is really think about what your intention was or is. No matter when you said it, if it was January, if it was last week, if it was 3 months ago, who knows where you are, but think about your intention. And then the second question I have for you is, when you're thinking about that intention, whether it be a one word or a phrase, what feelings come up for you? Oftentimes, the feelings that come up are the feelings of excitement because you had great progress, or you might feel a little uncomfortable because you don't feel like you've made as much progress. And so that gives you an answer right away just by a feeling. And on that same note, what are the thoughts that you thought of? What are the examples? So I could give you tons of examples in my life, but just one, if I tried something on social media and it didn't work, how did I get to the point of acceptance? So that could be one thing. And whether you have exciting progress stories or you have struggles, I want to encourage you to hold on to the ones that you felt like you made progress. And so just hold on to those, because the days of struggle are always going to be there. So wrapping this all up nicely in a bow, I would like to ask you, regardless of what the last 6 months looks like for you and how you feel like you're making progress on your intentions, I want to challenge you to think about what you can do today that will make you feel like you're making progress on your intention, and then go do it. So until next time, see you later.